Okay, so the subject of today is, can Eddie Murphy do stand-up comedy today with cancel culture in today's climate of, I guess we would say, super sensitive people? Um, I think Eddie Murphy could do it. I don't think he would be Eddie Murphy raw Eddie. I don't think he would be Eddie Murphy delirious Eddie. I was actually watching those stand-ups last night, and he was talking about things even then that are very relatable today, like the whole "what have you done for me lately" and all of that, and talking about, women, you don't own me and all this stuff. So I think like that type of material, in regards to relationships and men and women, I definitely think that he can do similar material, if not updated. I think there's so many things that he can talk about, because you figure it's been like 30 years, 30 some years since he's done stand up. So
About
all the
40.
all
Damn there.
yeah,
30
close,
something,
yeah,
almost 40.
yeah. So I would say, with all of that time, I mean, you have to think about all the things that have happened within the world, just the regular stuff. But can you imagine how many things that he's seen? Like for example, like let's say Kevin Hart, right? Kevin Hart did a stand up in his house, and he talked about COVID and all of that, but he talked about he went to Seinfeld's house, and he was talking about what was happening at Seinfeld's house.
Yeah,
Like,
brick oven pizza.
could you imagine the stories that Eddie might have, just with his other celebrity friends or comedian friends, or shoot, he can even talk about Mel B, his baby mom.
But
Like,
you gotta still remember, you gotta be able to touch your audience. So then it's gonna be what audience is he catering to?
yeah,
Because these younger people, it's like we were talking about yesterday. These younger people don't know Delirious Raw
mm,
Eddie. They don't know Beverly Hills Cop Eddie. They know Doctor Doolittle Eddie. They know that Eddie Murphy. So it's like he can't be that raw. Like we expect that. If he was
mm,
to do it, it'd be like, oh, that's just Eddie. It's like Richard Pryor coming back from the dead and doing some crazy shit. It's like, man, that's Rich. Like you can't
mm.
take that from Rich. But Doctor Doolittle getting on stage and going left, they gonna be like, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's weird.
but see, you say Doctor Doolittle. I think that some people from the generation, they know, uh, what's the name? They know
They don't, bro.
Norbit. They know Norbit Eddie Murphy.
They know
They know the
Norbit. I'll get.
clumps.
That's probably the furthest back they go.
They know the clumps Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're not familiar with
But that's
what
family comedy. That's not
they're not familiar
stand
with
up type material.
the well, I would say some now are in tune and know about the Coming to America Eddie Murphy, because they're making a new one. They force people to go back and watch.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The original, and that's the thing about
but that's still family comedy.
that's still the thing about nostalgia. You see what I'm saying? It's like forever. We're in a time where nostalgia is something that everybody's able to sell. That's why you're seeing all these remakes and all these reboots and stuff like that. But different movies and different TV shows, like they just did it with.
Is it that people want nostalgia or people aren't as creative?
I think it's a combination. I mean, I think like I seen somebody with they had a Martin like jacket on, like that joint was dope. You know what I'm saying? Even with like wrestling, I seen somebody had a Razor Ramon jacket on. I actually bought my wife a T-shirt and socks of Razor Ramon for Christmas, and he just recently died. So I think that nostalgia, um, no matter what era you're born in, I think certain things that were a big part of your childhood stick with you. Like a lot of
So
older people.
would you say the sensitivity of today's climate
Mm,
has killed the creative process? Because back then people were freer to say more and do more. So you can kind of throw things off the wall and see what sticks. Now it's like
mm.
you got to think about every little thing.
I think it depends on who you are. I wouldn't say that it stops the creative process.
No, no,
I think people are going to be creative. I
not
think that
stop it. I think it hinders it a little bit.
I think it depends on who you are, and I think it also depends on what level of success you're at. I think when you're at a higher level of success, you have to think about things. You have to think about your actions. You have to think about, all right, well, if I say this, I might offend, this group, I might offend that group or whatever. And
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pretty
not
sure
thinking for you
for
anymore.
those,
You're a brand.
I'm pretty sure for those comedians that are higher up that have those writing teams, I'm pretty sure they have those meetings and they have those talks about certain jokes. And I'm pretty sure that certain jokes they want to hit certain things. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the lower tier comedians who are doing the clubs and stuff like that who don't really care. I don't really think they're thinking about, oh well, if I say this, I might, offend somebody. I don't
But
really
that's
think
because
that they're thinking
nobody's
about
really
like
going to see it, but the basic core, their core audience.
that.
They don't have the exposure level where it's going to be like, yeah, if I say this, I'm going to get canceled. You got to figure bigger people, they got the fear of being canceled, not just because of that or the community, but it's like they're a brand. So it's like, dang, this company going to want to work with me? Lionsgate might drop me and I got a project I'm betting on. That's a couple million I need. Like it's a different ball game. But I think when you make it where it's like you're boxed in, I can only say certain things and I got to worry about who am I to offend over here, who I'm going to offend over here. It's hard to create. So it's like, I think what a lot of studios are doing, instead of saying that, it's like, oh, let's just recreate this, but dumb it down. Like even when you seen Coming to America 2, Coming to America 2 was okay. Everybody didn't expect it to top part one, but do you think if they had the freedom to say things as loosely as they wanted to, like back when part one came out in the 80s, could it have topped part one?
I don't.
Because remember,
all right.
They said one joke in there, Eddie and Arsenio looked at each other like, hey, man, that's some racist shit you talking. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I look at it like this.
Certain stuff you can't do.
This is how I look at it with the Coming to America thing. People are like, they didn't like Coming to America 2 because, it was a cheesy movie. The first one was a cheesy movie. The first one wasn't no super big blockbuster.
But comedy was raw.
The comedy was somewhat raw, but not that raw. I mean, if you really look at it, what was the most offensive thing in Coming to America 1?
All right, I'll take one that people might overlook, and then part 2 they flipped it around. The whole royal penis is clean thing. Okay. You notice to give equality, they gave the woman getting head in the bathtub. You get what I'm saying?
I give you that.
Something as simple as that, because it's like, oh, why the woman got to be giving him head? It's 2022. You get me?
I get that. I would say, if anything, I mean, there was things with the first one that they could probably say sexist or whatever. But I look at it like this: the first one was a funny movie. The first
one was more sexist. That would be the perfect word. More sexist than anything.
Sexist was probably one of the things with that. I mean, I feel like the new one, I liked it, but when you have a movie that has a 30-year gap in between sequels, you can't compare the sequel to the original. I think the beauty in the second one was that most of the cast from the original movie was still alive. James Earl Jones, Ohan, you know what I'm saying, except the mom, Lisa. You didn't see her sister, she wasn't in there. No. Daryl was asked to be in the movie, but he turned it down because he had scheduled conflicts with his filming. He was filming the show, so he did get asked to do it.
But I did not like how King Jaffe Joffer died, bro. That was corny.
Yeah.
Come on, the second it was over, like, come on, bro, that was dumb.
But I mean, leading up to it was funny because he was like, if I would have died, this joker had his funeral before he died. Yeah. Like that right there, that was crazy. Like he had his funeral before he died. But I think the fact that he did have the fact that James Earl Jones and salute to James Earl Jones, because not only was he able to return to his role for Coming to America some 30 some years later, but he also returned and voiced the Lion King over again. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that he's still around to have been able to do that, the fact that John Amos, Cleo McDowell was still around to be able to rephrase his role. Yeah, he's like the fact that most of the cast from the original movie was able to come back. I thought that was dope. I'm not really in agreement with the guy that they had to play his kid. I think that guy's okay. He's an okay comedian.
Decent.
I think that they could have got somebody else. I really think they should have got it's the dude that be doing the Eddie Murphy impersonations all the time. That be on Saturday Night Live. Jay Farrow. I think I would have preferred that. Probably seen Jay Farrow play Eddie's
I think
son.
It would have probably been the age then.
It probably could have been that.
I think Wesley was a little over the top. But
I like Wesley.
He was all right. He was right there.
I like Wesley in there. I mean, honestly, it was things with the second movie that I like. I mean, I like what they did. I thought it was dope. I like the fact that they filmed the movie at Rick Ross' house and he filmed it on Tyler Perry's studio.
But I don't
You know what I'm
think they
saying?
should have had Rick Ross there.
I mean, they had to give him a little part. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really have no lines. He was just more like Atmosphere Jones, just standing around. But it was things. I like the fact that one of Eddie's real daughters was in there playing his daughter. I thought that was dope. I think
somebody else's other kid was in there too. Linnell's daughter was in it.
I like the fact that it was so many black people that were employed. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that, Tyler Perry used his studio. Ross opened up his home.
Like, what I'm saying, as far as the comedy aspect, I think that's where, for some people, it fell short. Because the comedy was so boxed in, you couldn't say certain things.
I also think that
even the barbershop scene. No, if you notice in part 2, the barbershop scene, part 1, they was some assholes. They was saying what they was wrong, couldn't cut with, like, it was whatever. Anything goes.
Yeah, but I also feel like a big problem with the movie was the timing of the release, because the movie was supposed to come out in 2018. It ended up coming out 2.5 years later from when it was done, and the reason why it was held up is because
sensitive in this society, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, still, like a 2.5 year delay on a movie, it kills the anticipation. It kills the momentum. You see what I'm saying? So then you got to go with you got the movie theater issues. People don't know they want to be upset COVID, and then now
they still got the looks that they were supposed to get.
Oh, yeah, look, Eddie Murphy sold the rights in the movie for 125 mil, and I know he didn't pay 125 mil to make it. So he definitely made bread, and I don't know how many years that deal is.
Put 25, 30 in the dough.
Yeah, like he definitely to me it definitely was a come up. And then they did what was smart with the promo was they did the McDowell's pop-ups. Like I went to the joint in Cherry Hill. Like I got my McDowell's.
They have a McDowell's pop-up. I didn't even know about it.
Listen, no, they had McDowell's pop-ups. They had them in Philly. They had them in Jersey. They had them a couple.
With the actual McDonald's?
No. They would take a spot. Like they'll go to like a mall, right? And they'll take a spot that isn't open. So let's say like Echelon Mall. Mm-hmm. They'll go to like Echelon Mall and they'll go like where the old McDonald's is at. That's closed. There's nothing now.
Yeah.
They'll take it and they'll make it in McDowell's. So the windows got McDowell's on it, everything. They got the menu and they sell you. Look, I
didn't even know nothing about it.
Yeah, Cherry Hill Mall, they did it. They did it for like 2 months. Or whatever. You had to buy your tickets. I work with you. Had to buy your tickets in advance, and it was different packages. It was like, for $35, you get to go there. You get to pick your meal. So I had the joint that they talked about in the movie. The sandwich. The Big Mick. The Big Mick.
I got the strawberry milk.
Got that too. I got that too. I got the Big Mick. I got the strawberry shake. I got the Pepsi because they rock with Pepsi. I got the McDowell's, like they got like a Happy Meal type box joint for kids. I got that.
What that's gonna be.
I got the Soul Glow water bottle.
Yeah, Soul
Glow water bottle. Bro,
you ain't call me, man.
Listen, man, I ain't know that you ain't know. Yeah, so
I ain't know nothing about it.
It was like a $35 package. It was like a $58 per $75 package. Like it came with different stuff, like t-shirt stuff like that. So, but how they had it set up was like a museum. Like I'll show you the pictures when we done. I got it on my phone. It was like a museum. So like when I tell you, like the line is like outside, bro, and it's like, we really at McDowell's. Like even though we know this shit limited time, it's like you at McDowell's. And when you go in there, they had it set up like a restaurant, and then they had it like a museum where they had different scenes from the movie. So they had a room that was like set up like the apartment room with the layout with the dude that was chalked out, the guy that died and had the dog, whatever. They had that. They had like pictures from the movie. They had Cleo McDowell's office with the cheeseburger phone.
Pull up with the Soul Glow anthem playing.
Nah, I ain't had a Soul Glow anthem playing.
How can you not?
But they played the music in there. They played the music. They had the Zamunda Throne joint there.
You let every light skinned nigga on the planet down. You was supposed to pull through there like Daryl with the motherfucking Soul Glow
Yo, this
music
guy's
on.
stupid.
You ain't got
They
no
had
hair,
the-
but you could have had the
they
juicy
had
beard.
the
You could
Soul
put
Glow.
some Jerry
They
curl
had the
juice in your
Soul Glow
beard.
t-shirts. I got a Randy Watson Tour '89 t-shirt from there. Like, yeah, they had t-shirts.
You already
They had
messed up.
they had all kinds of stuff there.
You
But
already messed up.
that
though.
experience was a dope experience, and it was dope for promo. You know what I'm saying?
had one job.
This guy, this guy's stupid.
But
yeah,
the only
the McDowell joint was dope. The McDowell joint was dope. Like, they did a different type promo room with that.
Nigga, I would have found somebody with a red eye rock, bro.
Yo,
I would have got a fake
stupid.
Jerry curl and pulls up going hard. I would have did it. I would have had to. I ain't even
But it was
to.
dope though. Like the fact that they did that, and it was like the movie was coming out, and then I heard about that, and then they opened the door for other people to start doing that. So I don't know if you watched The Simpsons, but they had and I wanted to go, but I didn't get the chance to go. They had a Moe's pop up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they had Moe's bars popping up. Yeah, and they had the Duff beer, all of that
going on.
And they did it. They started they started it off in Springfield, Pennsylvania. Cause you know the Simpsons is in Springfield.
Where the fuck do you find this information,
bro? It be ads on Facebook.
That's the question.
The stuff be on Facebook.
I
It be online. I would be going through the timeline. Then you see like McDowell's pop up. So with the McDowell's, I thought it was a joke. I was like, whatever. So I called my man. He was like, yeah, me and my girl, we just got our tickets. I was like, what? I was like, you just got the tickets? He was like, yeah, we going on such and such day. Yeah. They was like, we going on Friday, nigga. Fuck that. I'm going on Monday, nigga. I'm going before you, nigga. So I went. Yeah, I went on a Monday. And they as time slots. Like, it was time slots. It's like, yo, you could go this time.
They literally only serving one nigga at a time. Like, you got to be there.
Bro, you got. And so what happens is you pay for the joint. They email you the confirmation, John.
And they make sure your food is ready
when you
walk in.
When you get there, they you show them the receipt. They scan your joint. They let you go in. When you first walk in, you're in the gift shop. So this is where the water bottles, the t-shirts, the hats, all. Tone McMurtry hit me like, yo, bro, you out? Because I went live. I was there. I went live. He was like, yo, bro, what's the biggest size t-shirt they got? I'm like, like, hey, bro, they ain't got your size, bro. So then you go in that joint. And yo, if you come off the street, like, yo, what's up? I'm trying, nah, bro, you gotta buy tickets. Like, they won't let outsiders come in. It's like appointment only. So then you go in there and then you walk through like the museum part, like you see.
So Eddie made out not only on the movie, selling the movie, but
yes. Then you go to like the back. Now this is what I didn't like about it.
Cake and shit.
The food was already pre-made. It wasn't like it was made there. So it was made somewhere else, and then they bought it there. You know what I'm saying? So like. The Big Mick was hard, but it was like
it wasn't fresh.
That joint was like a Winslow double burger, like a Winslow High School double burger. That's what that joint was like.
Used to hit.
Exactly though, but that's what it was like. Milkshakes and stuff was cool. Fries was soggy. You know what I'm saying? But it was limited on what it is that you can get with the food. And then like I said, they had different things. Merchandise wise that you could get, but it was more so the experience.
So what would you say Eddie probably made overall off this shit?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, you got 100, you got 125 off of
the movie,
just the movie. But then who knows the situation as far as the right? Because it might have been like, yo, Amazon, y'all buy the rights for this amount of time, and then I get them back. And now Netflix want it. Then I can sell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I think the long term, I'm gonna say probably 300. All in all, probably 300 mil because you already got $125 off them.
Go.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get back to the question at hand. Comedy.
Yeah.
Can he do it if he hits a stage?
I think he can. I think he can do it, but I think Eddie has to do it like Chappelle, and this is what I mean. I don't think Eddie could just come back like, yo, one night only Eddie Murphy.
You saying like unapologetically stand-up specials on Netflix type
shit? I think Eddie has to do.
I
think Eddie got to do like I would say at least a 3 to 4 special deal. You see what I'm saying? Like I think Eddie Murphy could break Netflix and get like the biggest deal in history. I could see Eddie Murphy doing like
quality is going to be the problem.
I can see him doing like a Netflix 4-5 special like
He
$350
don't even gotta
million
do that. He
deal.
could do a two special deal
Mm.
and probably get 150 mil just off of them two deals.
Yeah, but
Because what Dave got, like
so you gotta
25,
look at
50?
nah.
I think Dave got what, like 50?
Dave got his last joint. Dave did like 5 for like 90. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta you gotta look at with comedy and these dudes. It's like with sports. This quarterback get 100 mil. Now this one get $150.
But the
This one get
problem with
$150.
comedy
This one they get
nowadays
200.
too is this is a society of. I mean, well, it doesn't really apply to Eddie. He's at that God status because we live in a society. That's the argument that Monique was having. It's like this is a society where it's about what do people want to see. People wanted to see Chappelle. Chappelle had that momentum. Eddie ain't did much in a long time, but it's also a balance that he left on such a high. It's like if he come back, I gotta see what he doing. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
I think
not every comedian can do that.
I think if Eddie comes back, he's gonna be the highest paid. I think to switch gears real quick, I think what just happened with the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing is going to do wonders for Chris Rock because he's on tour filming for a new special right now that's going to be on Netflix. So by the time it gets ready to come out, I think the demand for it, everybody's going to want to see it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he know what he's doing. He's a professional. That's why he's not talking about it.
And then Dave Chappelle, he's about to come to AC. He's on tour working on some new shit. So I kind of feel like
Dave coming to AC?
Yeah, he made AC May 28th, May 29th.
Oh shit, I gotta get tickets.
Yeah.
I missed that.
So it's like these comedians working. Now if Eddie is like, yo, I'm gonna come after these dudes, I'm gonna let these dudes get day wave and I'm gonna come. I think Eddie needs to do at least a three special deal because Eddie ain't gonna just want to just come right out and be right on the big stage. He gonna want to do something small first. You see what I'm saying? Just to get his feet wet. You know what I'm saying? So like Chappelle did a couple small joints and then it led up, the bigger arenas and stuff like that. That's what I think will have to happen with Eddie. I think Eddie can do it. I think like we were talking about yesterday off camera, I think that it's really going to boil down to the team that he has together as far as who's going to be writing this stuff. And it's really going to depend on which way he wants to go when it comes down to the subject matter.
He going to have to, I think he needs to lock in. I mean, he could pull out some of his old writers. Like, I think Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans can definitely come back in the loop. Because you gotta realize, too, Eddie kind of live in a bubble. So it's like he know what's going on, but he don't know what's going on. I think Keenan Ivory Wayans and them is more in tune. So they could be like, yeah, bro, we can't do that, but we could do this. I think that would be two sets of writers that could really get him going. I think, like you said yesterday, Tracy Morgan would be a good one. But I think Tracy sometimes can go a little over the top. It got to be somebody that's going to hit. Like, I think in all reality, I think Chappelle should write for him.
No, Chappelle don't even write his own stuff.
No. But I'm saying Chappelle has the talent to write.
Yeah,
I think Chappelle would be the best person because as far as delivery, him and Eddie, I think the styles aren't too far off.
Nah,
and Chappelle's no. And Chappelle has worked with people of an Eddie caliber, like your Paul Mooney's and stuff. So he already kind of would have a gist of what Eddie would need.
See, I think Eddie. I don't really think Eddie needs a crazy like. I think he need a good.
But for the type of money you talking, he can't miss.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That first one, at least the first one got a hit.
I think Eddie is gonna have a lot of impersonations that he's going to do throughout his joint. Yeah. And I think like with those, I don't necessarily think you could write those. Like I think like he's definitely going to do Bill Cosby. I definitely think at some point
about Bill,
I feel like he's going to talk about Bill, and I think he's really going to kill it with Bill. And then I think he could mess around and do some shit where he'd be like, yo, can you imagine if Bill Cosby died in jail and then seen Richard Pryor? Like he could, because he could do both of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's so many different ways that he could go. But I also think somewhere in one of his specials, he's going to do allegations. He's going to do some type of tribute to his brother. I definitely think he's going to do something up because he can impersonate his brother good too. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it's a lot of different directions Eddie can go with it. I think he can do it. Now, whether or not he can do it, and new fans and fans of old come together and it hit both, cool. I tell you this though, I think he will get better feedback from doing a comedy show now. The feedback from Eddie Murphy stand up now will be better feedback probably than he got from the Coming to America movie.
Yeah,
that I do
definitely, because that's what people really want to see.
That's what I do believe. And another reason why I feel like he has to do the multi special deal is because those rumors of who had the biggest opening, him, Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he knows it's going. He been hearing the shit, you know what I'm saying?
But then it's going to be it's going to be interesting because if he come back and kill it, it's going to set the bar for a lot of
yeah. But see I think it has to be like, I think when you're on Eddie's level now, it's like, what's the biggest thing I can do comedy wise? You know what I'm saying? I personally feel like for a comedian to do something that I haven't seen anybody do, if you want to be like next level, like Kevin Hart did the fucking Lincoln Financial. That was a big deal. I think before that, for a comedian, the biggest thing was like doing Madison Square Garden. You see what I'm saying?
Which Eddie did.
Eddie did Madison Square Garden. Andrew Dice Clay did that. Kevin Hart did that. You see what I'm saying?
Andrew Dice Clay was actually one of the first. People don't realize that.
So for Kevin Hart, it's like, all right, I did Madison Square Garden. Let me top that. Let me do Lincoln Financial.
No. But see, no. For Eddie caliber, listen, like setting the bar.
I think Eddie needs to do Wembley Stadium.
No.
That's what
Eddie don't need a stadium. Eddie need one of them DMX in the 90s rock crowds where you can't see the last person. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
That's not a stadium though, bro. That's like some Woodstock. Like,
Woodstock.
You can't see how far the people go. Like, it's just an endless sea of people. If he do a crowd like that, nobody will ever top that. Even Kevin Hart can't top that. Kevin Hart can't do that. He can't. He would never sell out that much. That would be insane. Yeah. Only Eddie can do
it. Yeah.
That's the only way.
But you have to build up to it. You can't just come back and, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said you have Murphy, to. Bro, yeah, listen. I'm telling you,
grandmom's gonna be out there standing out there like.
He's gonna have to build up to it. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, Netflix get his due a 3 special deal at the least. I would say max should be 5, but I would at least give him 3. You know what I'm saying?
If he's going to do that, I would say do the first 2 in arenas, just to leave it like, boom, I came back where I left, kill it. And the third one, do the ridiculous crowd. And do it out in the wilderness, sell out like Arizona somewhere.
I think the title of the special is one of the most important things. You see what I'm saying? Like, your title of your special is very, very important because it's going to say so much to the people. So it's like, all right, he already gave us Raw. We really don't need a Raw part 2. You already gave it to us. You gave us a Delirious.
But he's a grandpop now. Can he really? Like, you can't
exactly.
do that wrong.
I mean, but shit, he could talk about that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he has spoken.
Like it's a lot of it's like it's so much that he could talk about, and the fact that we haven't like heard him, but a couple award shows say a thing here, say a thing. Like, what's his take on Will Smith and Chris Rock's situation? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different things that Eddie could talk about, man. That's crazy. Like, he could talk about so many different things.
Eddie is a different level of dope. He can really take it any direction, but it's just that it's very easy in comedy to not be good. It's harder to be good than it is to not be good. We know him for being good, but as we've seen with his movie, he has movies that have flopped. No matter how good he is, he's a comedy genius, but he has shitty movies. So to get on stage and mess it up is not
this is why. All right, this is another reason why I say this, right? So I did a open mic like maybe like a month ago, and I did it like 2 weeks apart. I went, did the open mic, came back 2 weeks later. So it was a chick there. She was at both joints. So she gonna say, "Ew, I heard this one joke before. Like you need to switch it up." I'm saying, myself, bitch. You know what I'm saying? The fucking comedians that you watch do the same fucking material all the fucking time. They're on the road for a whole year, going throughout the country, doing the same
what works.
material over and over again, testing shit out. This work, okay, that don't work. That's what they're doing. When a comedian does a special, Dave Chappelle, all these niggas included, that is what they do. They hit the road, they do little spots, they do bigger venues and shit like that. By the time they get to the big joint, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like they're using the best material. Like Earthquake was saying how there's like 4 levels of jokes. He was like, you got like, you know, the lower joints, the 4, where it's like, it's like a 75% chance that it could work or it might not work. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, all right, you got the 3s where it's like, all right, it's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the 2s where it's like most of the time that shit's hitting. Then you got the 1s where that shit gonna hit even at a funeral. So when you get to your special, you stack up all your 1s and you put them together, and that's what you're using. Because he was like, when you do the shows, it's like, all right, you come to the show, you hear the jokes, and then third, then the show's over. You see what I'm saying? Your special is like your album. Like this is the best. This is the best of the best material, and this right, like it lives on forever. So like with Eddie, I'm not saying Eddie can't just come back and do a special, but I feel like the build up to that would be like, all right, we're going to say it's whatever with the Eddie Murphy whatever tour.
But if,
see what I'm saying?
But if it's a money grab, that's traditionally how it works. But he'll build momentum, but he'll lose money.
What you mean he'll lose money?
Because the anticipation is so there that if he does it just out the gate, fuck it, I'm doing a special, it's coming this day, everybody and their mom gonna be glued. It's gonna be bigger than Coming to America, right? Like everybody's gonna glue to the TV.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it has to be good. If he sits there and I'm working out here, I'm working out there, the people that he's working out and they're seeing him in these clubs, the few people throughout the country or wherever he's traveling, if they don't feel like the jokes are going over, even though they know he's working out, you got people in there that you're slowly losing. Like, yeah, I wasn't digging that. Oh, he's doing the special.
But you know what? But see, it's like, I don't know. It's weird because I know he got to come out the gate. I know. Yeah, but he still got to test. He still had to do a test run. Like usually, what they do the small joints. They be like, nobody can burn the cell phones, all that other shit. They can't record, blah blah blah. Because you gotta test the material out. All of these niggas do this shit. Even Kevin Hart. Even Kevin Hart.
But Eddie is so big. I think Eddie would have to. He can't go into a small club as Eddie. I think he need to like make up, go in there as another character, go under a different name, disguise his voice, and just see.
He can mess around. He can mess around. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? He got the money to do that. But I'm telling you, this is usually how they do it. They work out in small clubs. Yeah, they work out the small joints, but they usually don't announce that shit. So imagine you and your lady go to a joint and they just like, yo, you know, tonight we not doing no whatever. Like even when I went to Punchline the other week, they're saying shit like, yo, no cell phones, no recording, blah blah blah. All right, cool. Imagine you paid $25 to go see some Joe Blow, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, somebody up and coming, and nigga just pull out there, by the way, you know what I'm saying, special guest Eddie Murphy, like, oh shit, motherfucker, Eddie Murphy is here. Then he kills it, and it's like, yeah, I'm on tour. You know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. Check out my joke. But he's not. See, the thing is, he's not going to do his whole special in that little show.
He's not.
You see what I'm saying? Because when he do the special, he gonna give you a whole hour and a half. He might only give you 10 minutes.
I'll give you an example. So say Richard Pryor was still alive.
All right.
Same scenario as Eddie Murphy. Ain't really did a stand up in a minute. But you like, nigga, this is rich. And you, like you said, you at the Punchline or somewhere, and they like, yeah, Richard Pryor coming through. You hype, like, nigga, this is rich. Nigga, I'm about to do something. I see some shit. And he is whack as his son.
But his son do that?
His son was trash.
I didn't even know.
See, you don't even know.
I didn't even know.
His son went to the Apollo and got booed, bro. He was trash. Wow. So imagine if you sat there and you was hype, and then you see that, and then he be like, yeah, by the way, I'm doing a special. You gonna be like, bro, I don't know. I don't know. You gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what?
you're going to you'll still think
about
it because of who he is.
You got it.
You're gonna be like, nah.
You gotta look at stuff from trial and error, though. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the beauty about.
But we live in a society that even though they know, you got people that don't care that you're working out. They look at it like I just seen something not too long ago where it was saying people want to see the end results of things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the reality of it is in our minds, it's like this is Eddie. But when I see Eddie, if I was to catch Eddie at a corny club like that, and I'm like, oh, I'm just here chilling with my girl, we on a date, and I get shocked at Eddie there, I want to see if it's not raw level comedy. I don't expect it to be that, but I better be fucking laughing.
Oh yeah.
If you flop while I'm there and then tell me you got a special, and I'm watching HBO Max and Netflix one day and see that shit on there. If I do watch it, it's gonna take me a long time.
Yeah, but you're gonna have some people that's gonna watch it because they're gonna be like, I want to see if he said the same jokes he said that night I seen him. So you're gonna have so you're gonna have people just off the curiosity of it. I just look at it like this: being in Eddie's shoes. If they gonna pay him what they gonna pay him, he don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? So niggas like, yo, Eddie, we gonna pay you $500 million to do 3 specials.
But you gotta understand something. If they pay him that money, everybody's going to make out because they're going to get their views. He's going to get paid. But if he flops, now it's like next time I go to do something, now he's under the microscope. You understand? Because it's like, I don't think I'm going to buy that.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
But I mean,
we live in a society, you can kill your career with one fuck up.
You can.
One fuck up.
But we also live in a 10-day nation. You see what I'm saying?
We do.
Like that's where we at.
But Eddie Murphy is at a level and at an age where, so like a Dave Chappelle going through something, it's just a waiting game. When they gonna be done with it? Fuck y'all, I'm Dave Chappelle. Eddie Murphy is at an age. Let's be real. This is great grandpop status. This ain't grandpop status. Like Eddie got great grandkids. You understand me? Like he's not just a nigga that like, oh, my kids got kids. It's like, no, my kids got kids. Yeah. You gotta understand, for him to flop, there is not really any chances after that. You gotta realize our age group, we might be forgiving, but we don't run shit. These new generation kids online run shit.
Well, my thing is, I think if
he flops, they gonna be like, nobody grandpa need to be on stage anyway.
If he can get a lot of them, you know, I think that
if it's good, he can get them. If he flops his career, he can't drop another movie. He can't.
No, I don't agree with that.
If he said, I'm gonna do a Coming to America 3, they'll be like, yeah, I'm good.
I don't agree with that because
we will watch it. The younger generation won't watch it.
I don't agree with that because he just, in film, he just does too many things. I mean, even voiceover work. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's one of those things where I'm not gonna be like, if he has a bad stand-up, his career is over. He's not gonna. I'm not like, I feel like we the ones that do that. Like we're quick to dismiss or try to cancel somebody. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, that nigga, da da da. Like it's like even with rappers. Whenever a nigga drop an album, whenever Jay drops something, we want to compare it to Reasonable Doubt. Whenever Nas drops something, we want to compare it to Illmatic. It's like those are different time frames of people's life. So if Eddie Murphy does a stand up right now, I don't expect for it to be delirious. I'm
not saying that. I'm saying it's out of sight, out of mind. So it's like, yeah, Eddie ain't really doing stand up anyway. If he does decide to come back, if he was to flop, it's so much easier to dismiss him because it's like, bro, you gotta think about it. We in our 30s. You look at this younger generation, we old. Yeah. This nigga is really old. Can you imagine if he fucks up? They're like, man, he older than my grandpa. I don't want to see him anyway. I gave him a shot because I heard so much about him. Yeah. But he was trash. I don't want to see that. These young niggas don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I also think I think that he gonna have a mixture.
Mind you,
I think he gonna have a mixture with the writers.
Young
I think
kids have not even seen Raw and Delirious.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be introducing himself to these new generation and our generation.
If he flops, what's gonna happen?
It ain't gonna fucking matter. He paid.
No,
it doesn't matter. He's paid.
No. But
we're the only ones. That get wrapped up into that.
It's not about the money I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about if he flops. You gotta remember, he's still a star.
Mm-hmm.
So say he flops and then he wants to go do something else.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
They're going to look at it and be skeptical.
He's gonna do something else, just like he made movies that flopped and he went and made other movies. So I don't think that's the case. I to be honest with you, I think the ones that it matters the most on how it is the fucking comedians.
Yeah.
The comedian community is where it's going to matter the most of what it is, because first thing they're going to do, they're going to ask everybody. I mean, they're going to talk to Kev, they're going to talk to Cat Williams, they're going
to be a lot of discussion.
You know what I'm saying? They, like all of them niggas, like they're going to talk all Pierre, everybody, Capone, all them niggas, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, all of them, DL Hughley, all of them are going to be asked what were their thoughts on the Eddie Murphy special. You see what I'm saying? So that right there will probably, even if the announcement comes out that he's going to come back,
it's going to be
going to be a big deal.
That part of it will be interesting and good. It'll be good for the culture because Eddie will get a big payday, but just for their opinions. You talking about all these comedians are going to get paid. I'm gonna tell
you like this, right? This is where big payday could come in at for all of the niggas, right? Eddie.
I think he should have something open for him.
Eddie, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, what's the nigga name? Tracy Morgan. The dude that's like our age, ain't funny, but I don't think he that funny. Kenan Thompson. I think like those 5 just off the top, the kings of Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying? If that nigga, and not, you can take Keenan off, put some else. But I'm just saying, Jay Farrell, he's another, he was Saturday Night Live too. Like I'm thinking back to when Eddie did. Acts. I'm thinking when Eddie did Saturday Night Live a couple years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, and like they was all there. It was crazy because somebody was like, "Yo, this is like 90% of Netflix budget right now." Because all of them have, you know what I'm saying, the Netflix shows, whatever. Like, you can't do Kings of Comedy. That shit been done already. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, some more of them
did do like a Gods of Comedy.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
the only God of comedy left is Eddie.
So if you do like Kings of Saturday Night Live, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that.
On Saturday Night Live is really dope.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, them niggas was on there. Eddie got his start from there.
I know that.
But if you look at it,
watching, who else on the Saturday Night Live would you honestly say like, yo, I think he'll burn it down? You put him on the stage. Like,
all the niggas out his name. All the niggas out his name. Eddie, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Tracy Morgan.
Dave Chappelle, yes. Where else? Who else? Jay Farrell's okay.
Jay Farrell's okay. I'm throwing Tracy Morgan out.
Kenan Thompson, I'm not jumping out.
I'm not jumping out the window to see him either.
I'm damn sure not going to pay to see Pete Davidson.
If you're going to do 4, you're only going to do 4. Mm-hmm. Eddie, Dave, Chris, and what's the name? Tracy.
I don't think it even needs to be a Saturday Night Live thing. I think he needs to take on some real G shit. Chappelle, Rock, Kevin Hart, and him. I think he should literally, and I think they would do it even though they are headliners. He should do a special and have those 3 open for him.
Yeah, I think he should.
They would do it. Now, my fact, 5. Pull Cat Williams in.
No, it's not gonna happen.
He could do Cat.
Cat is not going. Cat and Kev. That shit not gonna work.
It would work.
That shit, no, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, it's gonna be Tracy fucking Morgan. It's going to be Tracy fucking Morgan, man. It's going to be Tracy Morgan.
Tracy.
Nah, they're not going to do it with. They can do it with. They can do. Honestly, they can do it with just them 4. They can do it. Eddie, Dave, Rock, and Hart if they wanted to. They don't need Tracy. They don't need Cat.
Because you got to think about it. Those are really the biggest of the biggest.
But I'm gonna tell you what. Cat gonna be one of them niggas that's gonna write for Eddie.
Yeah,
he gonna definitely be one of the writers. You know what I'm saying? Cat gonna be one of the writers.
Cat is so respectful. He do it for free.
Oh yeah, he would do it. Like, you know how many niggas? Yo, listen. You know how many comedians? If they say, "Yo, Eddie Murphy coming back," you know how many comedians would be like, "Yo, I got a joke for you. I got 5 jokes for you."
Nigga ASAP.
Hell yeah, they gonna call that nigga ASAP.
They gonna be at his door like, bro, listen. They gonna call every person they know to know him.
I think our John stopped. I think that was the cue. Like, y'all niggas been talking too long.